Welcome back. Episode 8. Have a seat.
All right. Well, summertime is something.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot. Shady here. It's a nice shady spot.
Yeah, this is decent.
But with just all the traveling and getting out away from here and seeing things and doing things. You went to the beach.
Yeah.
I went 26 states or something crazy like that.
He's showing off.
But yeah, it was a good time, and now finally we're back, and maybe we can get in the swing of things and keep folks updated just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Sorry that we did that, left you hanging, but I've been watching your videos and your posts, and y'all been traveling too, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. It's summertime. That's what people do.
Yeah. So
you go see people, get out and do things.
Yeah. While we were gone, what all happens?
Whew. I don't know that I've been able to keep up with everything. Have you?
It's been crazy. It's been manic. The Walhalla Water saga has been just.
We got 2 pumps now.
That's good. Yeah.
Got 2 pumps now. And down a person over at the water plant.
Yeah, and then the county just disbanded the conservation board, voted to give the money back.
Lame. That is so lame.
That's interesting. I want to hear your thoughts on that. Why? Why was that a good idea? And
you got to think that was the whole intention by the person that they appointed.
Well, I mean,
because the fella stood up the other night. You watched. The fella stood up the other night that he replaced and said that he reached out to each and every person on the council and asked, please contact me, and no one did.
But he was kind of fired in a way worse manner from that position than the water department guy was.
Than Hinkle, yeah.
At least he got a letter with some closure.
Right.
And he's been on the news, and he'll be on the front page of People magazine and all kind of dumb shit. Man, that's crazy.
It has been
Who
odd.
put him up to that?
I've got a guess.
But that's just weird.
It is odd in a right to work state that you would get that much publicity off of being asked to leave when you didn't let people know that something was wrong and rather went to the press first.
Well, the whole going to the press thing is the problem.
I would say so.
Every organization should have some sort of chain of command and some sort of protocol and some sort of
they do
public action.
They do.
Like we have these PAOs, public affairs officers in the Navy, and they vet everything before sailors go talking.
Right.
And that sometimes keeps a lot of really crazy controversy off the news.
Well, a lot of places, like plants and stuff, depending on what they're manufacturing, they have like non-disclosure agreements and that kind of thing. If they're building something, you can't just go spout off they have proprietary processes and that kind of thing. You can't just go talking to anybody. I don't know about water, that's so secretive, but still, it would seem that you would go through. My question is did you follow the process? Obviously not. But even if you did, it's a right to work state. If you don't have a contract, they can fire you without cause. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, I saw Mr. King posting something out there chastising Kelvin Bryant about being a bad citizen and not being godly or whatever.
Yeah, I'm about sick of that.
Ridiculous shit
That's
that was.
Childish
But when I read
low
that,
rent
when I read that, it said that this guy was hired, and everyone knew that he wasn't qualified when they hired him.
Right.
But the understanding was that he had 6 months to get qualified.
Which is fine. You can do that.
But the thing about it is, he's the director of the water treatment plant. How do you hire a director of water treatment that's not got any water treatment experience.
Well,
Why would you entertain that? What committee looked at resumes and said, "Oh, this guy. Let's talk to the city administrator about hiring this guy because we think he's the best person for the job." Like, what kind of thinking was you having hiring somebody that didn't have a basic certification in water treatment?
well, I used to make this argument when I was in school. I used to make the argument that in order to manage something, you didn't necessarily have to know how to do the something.
No, that's bullshit. That's absolutely bullshit. You have to know the job. You have to know the job.
You
Or
have to
you
know
don't
something about the
You
job.
don't know
But,
when your employees are cutting corners, or you don't know when
and that's the argument they used to make.
you don't know those things. And it's like the pumps. Like I was reading somewhere, here's something that like these pumps were being ran too hard.
Right.
Well, yeah, and it's they're supposed to be able to run at this capacity. No, they're not. If you got in your car
You need some
and
mechanical aptitude.
and you put your car into first gear and you floor it, and everywhere you go, you're driving like Kathy, and no wonder your car don't last very long, right? It's like if you idle those things and you go at 3/4 of the power, they're going to last a lot longer. And then the manufacturer probably told somebody that. And nobody was listening, and nobody was certified. So like, oh hell with it, and now we're out of water.
Well, the thing of it is, though, he probably had some experience in something else, and we can't find people. This is the same discussion we used to have about these big plants and stuff that we think we're going to have on 85. We don't have a lot of people that are certified to do these specialized jobs. And so we have to find people that are experienced and maybe have mechanical
But
aptitude.
it said that they have someone at the water plant who has the certification. Well, why in the hell ain't he the director?
Well, I'm with you.
Or
Why?
she. It might have been a she, and that's probably the problem.
That could be. I don't know. I don't have that answer. But feel kind of like Barney now, with magic lamp. I don't know that lamp. I cannot speak about that lamp.
But the thing about it though is, this is like that was just self-inflicted wounds created by bad management. And I don't know if it's inexperience. I don't know if it's hesitate, doing it in haste, trying to get there. But it's like, goodness gracious.
The whole thing that does baffle me is the news involvement, because you can't get them to come or show up when there's anything else going on. Anything else going on, they will spend more time on goats in the park in Greenville.
Mm-hmm.
Walhalla can be on fire, but somehow magically this fella loses his job in a right-to-work state, and there's all kinds of FaceTime for that. And to me, that's baffling. That is absolutely baffling.
Well, did you see the news this morning? Another county employee has been charged with stealing money from the county on the credit cards that apparently they have no mechanism within to look at receipts and verify on a monthly
See,
basis.
and I don't understand that, because having worked for the county and knowing that people had access to petty cash and that kind of thing, they monitored that, from what I saw, down to the penny. So I don't know what's happening now.
But did you work for the county under the same administration? Or
No.
did you work for the county
No,
before?
I did not.
You were under the iron fist of the previous
It was
manager.
different. It was different people. It was
Right.
different people.
Yeah.
But no, they monitored, down to the penny.
It only
what-
makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what administration's there for, to do.
Yeah, it was
Not
different
be-
people. So, I don't understand how. And the other thing, too, you have to ask, and I have to ask, and it doesn't excuse it, but it goes back to to the personhood question of it, what are they paying these folks? You know, if you're making 20-something thousand dollars, 30-something thousand dollars, and then giving somebody access to several $1,000s, and inflation is what it is, that temptation when you got a house payment, a car payment, and all that kind of stuff is gonna be way worse in this economy when things are in the shape they're in.
Absolutely.
And I just, you know, there's a human equation there. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not. It's not. It never is. But it's so funny that they're willing to drag somebody out and just put it all out there over a couple $1,000s. But then we got somebody in the state who makes billions disappear and never sees a cuff.
I got some breaking news.
Breaking news.
Porto Nuevo is open today.
Go get tacos.
Listen, and they have said, if y'all come eat, they won't spit in any of your damn food on account of the way you acted toward them
Yeah,
while this was going on.
There was some trash, y'all. There was some trash talk.
So,
Knowing y'all go over there and eat your birthday and anniversary dinners and then talk trash about them. Mm-hmm.
but they open, only half staff, so they only take about half of y'all. Maybe they'll be selective, and you assholes don't go over there, all right?
Yeah. Yeah. Try to act like somebody when you take mom and them over there. Mm.
But sorry about interrupting you.
No,
You're
but
absolutely
you're right.
about
You're right.
that. You know, and I wonder how many county government credit cards get spent at Porter. That's something.
For business lunches.
That would be something
That's true.
that I would
That's-
like to FOIA just to find out. I
Well,
mean,
we can do that. We
that
can
would be
do that.
fun,
That would
right?
be, yeah, we could
so
do
I
that.
got my passport updated when I went to Canada. Oh, I went to Canada. I left the country. Boy, they don't like Americans up there. Lord have mercy. They clean the truck out. I don't even have to take it to the car wash no more. They took everything out. Man, it was great. That girl was with me. She was shaking like a shitting dog. But it was good to go out of the country. Breath of fresh air on the other side. It was good.
They let you back.
And then that was
They
weird
sent you
too.
back.
That
They
was
sent you
weird too.
back.
You know, it's like you pull up to the Canadian border and they're like, "What are you doing here? Why are you here?" Like, I'd like to have a decent beer, one that was like made like real beer. Oh no, nobody ever does that. That's like because these people don't have had no real beer before. And so they finally let us in, and we went and drove over a nice little town on the river. As a band playing, it was great. Had
Live music.
live music, yeah, it was
Wow.
good. It was, but it wasn't like bluegrass or any of that stuff that hurts my ears right here. It was good, and had that beer. We came back and we got to the border agent there I'm coming back into America, and he's like, "Where you been?" I don't know. Up the road yonder, about 20 minutes. Turned
Mexico.
left.
We went
Turned
to
around
Mexico.
the corner and went down there to that river and had a beer. He's like, "Well, where was it?" "I ain't from around here. I don't know." "Oh, well, what were you doing over there?"
Needed
"Having a beer."
receipts.
And it's like, really? But whatever. They let us back in. And I'm not an alligator, Alcatraz, or any of that stuff. It's because it's white. Bet if I'd have been brown, it'd have been a different story.
Maybe.
But anyways, we're here. And we're back. Did some fishing. And went to that Ben and Jerry's ice cream factory. That was super cool. Like those
It's
people.
delicious.
You know, one of the things about it is, it's like you going through the tour. Their whole reason that they're they sell ice cream is to like give money to social causes in the world. I was like, well,
They're
that's
decent
pretty
people.
cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Decent people.
but it was like 101 in Connecticut. Was that Vermont? Yeah, it was Vermont. That's so many places so quickly, I don't remember. But it was 101. It's like a dang on heat wave. And then 2 days later, we're fishing in New York State. Catch a brown trout like this. It was awesome. And it was 61 degrees. It was crazy.
Freezing to death.
Yeah. So the weather's been weird.
It's not been 61 anywhere I've been.
No, it's not. It is.
No.
But so how was your trip to the beach? Did you have a good time?
I did have a good time.
Catch any fish?
I did catch some fish.
Get sunburned?
I got sunburned. Yep, I did. I did all those things. Did all of those things.
So after I went up north and did all that, back for a week, maybe a week, we went to Florida and got sunburned. Pensacola Beach is great.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
It's beautiful there.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a while, but it's beautiful
It was
there.
nice. It was nice to be away from here. I mean, this is nice too,
It is nice.
but I don't know how much longer it's going to be nice if we're going to kill the conservation board and.
Well, you know, cities are nice. I went to Charlotte. My aunt and uncle live in Charlotte, and it's extremely convenient to live somewhere where anything you could possibly want is within 5 minutes.
Mhm.
And that's the way it is. They have a beautiful home, a beautiful neighborhood, and anything that you could possibly want is a 5-minute drive away. Everything you could possibly need or want is 5 minutes away. And that's great. And their roads don't chew your tires off. But it's not this. You know?
The roads. The roads were.
Yeah, roads.
You get out of South Carolina and go north. My car the truck felt so much different. like I wanted to take it to a mechanic and
See what was wrong.
it feels like it's floating on air. It just feels like my kidneys are gonna die. But and it's the same thing going south. You get into Georgia and there's not a pothole to Atlanta.
Nope.
And then you get into Alabama and you get into Alabama and guess what? You got trouble again. It's weird. Red states and bad roads.
Yeah.
Like priorities. You know, I don't know what they are, but they're not roads. And they're not welfare. And
Not people.
They're not people.
No.
But anyway, yeah. Let's talk about that meeting that happened Tuesday night.
Oh, God.
You went.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't understand what the purpose. I do understand the purpose. I think the only purpose was to get rid of it and to destroy it. I think it's kind of like on the federal level where they put a person in charge of education was just to dismantle it.
Because she didn't know anything about it. She knows about, what, WWE?
Yeah. I mean, I think you could have just said, we're not going to do this anymore.
But how bad a decision was it to do that the councilman recused himself from being a part of it after the first reading? Just recuse himself. If you're doing
I think someone from Duke probably advised him to do that.
Right,
And
but
that should have been a red flag.
Right,
That should have been your red flag that
Right.
maybe this isn't the thing to do, Pally.
how much bigger of a statement does that make that this is a bad idea, that you have to walk away from it to let somebody else. That's you knowing it was a bad idea,
Right.
and like I'll go over here because I don't want to get fired in this this right to work state or whatever, because it's a bad idea, but it's my idea, so I'm gonna let these other 3 folks that had these pre-planned, pre-canned responses had absolutely zero discussion over 3 council meetings about it. And so, I mean, obviously you were discussing it somewhere else, not in the
But
public.
that's not a quorum.
And so I bet
I believe that. Don't you believe that?
you could ask Mr. Hart about it and he wouldn't know he voted on it.
I believe that too.
And like Mr. James, he had this very articulate, well thought out, like it was like they hired T.J. Bagwell to write this thing. It was like this was written by a very good lawyer who knows what they're doing.
It seems very very rehearsed.
Yeah, I mean, it
And-
wasn't
and-
Keith Denny. Keith Denny didn't write that thing because it had cuss words in it. But I really think that they probably hired somebody to articulate that thing and got some
I think
legal advice
yeah,
outside of
I think
Mr.
there
Root,
is.
who told him, "Hey, I'd advise you not to do this."
They could have just there was a better way, I think. I think there was a better way. If they didn't want to be involved, if they wanted the county out of it, I just think that it was ugly.
Okay, so now what? They voted to give the money back to all the people, Duke and the 30 people that gave money. Now they're gonna give that money back, but then they voted.
How did they go about that?
Well, hold on. Then they voted that the county was going to fund this thing. What? You don't own it. Now why are you funding it?
How are they going to fund it?
Well, our
And-
tax money. Kathy.
And how are they going to, well, and what are they going to fund? Because do you want to pay for other people's wells?
Well, or fences or
Because this is the same people that couldn't come up with the definition of a junkyard,
Or-
and they didn't want to mandate that people fence their junkyards, or put up a fence,
or
or do
couldn't define a
anything.
subdivision.
They couldn't come up with a way or any kind of, they didn't want to come up with a grant for people to fence their junkyards so that kids and animals wouldn't get in a junkyard to get hurt. But now they're gonna fund wells and fences for people? Come
This
on.
makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, other than money laundering and using county money to do things for your buddies.
Right, and you can't come up with county money for a rehab facility for drug addicts or a
Homeless shelter.
homeless shelter for people. You want to criminalize that?
Or maybe a special needs school in the school system.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't do any of that stuff for people who are
But we're
members of the community,
Throw all the books in the library away.
and you're going to burn all the books in the library. So there's all of that stuff. But we're going to build what? The other one was what? Boat docks or boat ramps?
Yeah.
Because everybody has a boat.
You have a boat?
I got some kayaks, but I can just carry those things.
Yeah, I don't have a boat.
I mean,
Maybe we should get a houseboat.
yeah, maybe
And we could do the
should.
show. We could do the show.
Maybe
and use,
that-
use the new OCCCB boat ramps.
Yeah,
Launch the houseboat. to
yeah, maybe we can do that thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe they'll give us some money for the
Yeah, yeah. You never know. I just don't.
conservation bank. Yeah,
I just don't get it.
yeah.
But
Somehow I
then-
think we'd get rejected.
Well,
I don't know.
well, it's like that one guy that called about helping get his taxes paid. And they're like, yeah, we don't help anybody with that.
Yeah,
last
we
name."
don't care if you have cancer or anything else.
But it is what it is. We know what it is. You know what it is.
It's,
We don't hate you for it. We
it's
just,
what's going on a state
sorry for
level
your
and a
soul.
national level, and it's ugly,
but so
shameful.
the next thing that happened at the council meeting was the first or second ordinance reading about the homeless folks. Now we're going to criminalize being homeless, trespassing places that nobody goes and nobody cares
Nobody
about.
cares about and would be in the first place.
But we're not going to offer any type of solution to the problem.
Well, no, that place wanted to come here, and everybody pitched a fit. You know,
Yeah, I remember that. We're
pitched a big old stinking fit because, you know, there might be people that did drugs or were coming off of drugs and in rehab there, as though your neighbors don't do drugs. Folks, there are people in all economic, I mean, you know, wealthy people do drugs, people that work with you do drugs. I mean,
Yeah, I
there
remember.
are functional drug addicts. I mean, it just,
Yeah,
I mean,
but it just
I don't know why people equate homelessness with drug addicts.
But like over in Greenville, you can't sleep in public. They just passed on the ordinances. You can't take a nap under a shade tree.
Like, did you go to Central Park?
Yeah, it's beautiful. People taking naps all over. the
Yeah,
place.
people bring their blankets just to read a book and take a nap.
But you know what? I didn't see in New York City.
What?
I didn't see that many homeless people.
Yeah,
It wasn't nasty.
they have actual shelters.
It
and
wasn't.
rehab.
That place was beautiful. It was immaculate. That was like on the subway. My dad was so afraid to get on the subway, and my daughter, man, she was determined to get that 75-year-old guy on the subway just
You need-
to watch. And so we did, you know. And there was one lady got on there, and she was older, and she was disheveled, and she was hollering at the top of her lungs, "Let me hold $1. I need $1. Everybody got $1." But that's not nasty drug addict. She's got mental health problems. I've got a daughter that's going to be that same way when I'm gone, and there's nobody and no system to help her. And it's a shame that that's going to happen because of this red wave is going to knock out all of the social stuff and all of the mental health stuff. It's just going to go away.
Now, what about all the Medicaid that's been that's happened while we were gone? They voted to cut Medicaid, and they've made it so that it's going to happen in 2 years, is my understanding. 2028 is when it all kicks in, right?
Right, and that's right after, and it'll kick in right after we've all voted for them a second time, and then it'll happen, and they got their job for another 2 years.
Right. So it'll look like it's somebody else.
Oh, the governor of California came to South Carolina.
Yeah, that was great.
Wow. Wow.
And people lost their minds.
But why did he pick here? Who picked here?
He's picking places that need help. I mean,
Wait a minute. You mean we are a premium, top tier county in South Carolina, according to the county council.
we're a welfare state. We're a welfare state. We depend on places like New York and California to pay our bills. We're a welfare state.
What do you mean they're paying our bills? They got a deficit. They've got a deficit of $18 million.
They're not. They're in the clear. They're like wealthy. California is wealthy. They're paying our bills. They're our sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Our sugar daddy came to visit us. He did.
Well,
And those people lost their damn minds. Excuse the language. They lost their minds.
We don't want him here.
Yeah, like all those First Amendment people lost their minds because he came to talk.
And what was that
To
dude
people.
with the pocketbook that got towed away?
It was his
What
valise.
is that thing?
It was his valise.
Is that where they carry your colostomy bag or your pistol?
I don't know. He may have had his tracks there to give out information.
I don't know.
I don't
but,
know.
But
He may just kept his snacks in there. Maybe he's
well,
got low blood sugar.
Look, if a feller wears women's accessories, he's effeminate, and the Bible is against effeminate accessories. Says so in the book. Uncle Earl told me that.
Okay.
But anyway.
Mhm.
Anyways, so
Looked like a fanny pack to me.
this dude, well, that's effeminate accessories.
He just had his granola bars in there.
Okay, whatever.
needed-
Was he riding a
he had a
scooter?
sinking spell. He had a sinking spell. He
But that
needed
was the
granola
same guy that was cussing at the ladies at the
Well,
last.
at least he didn't moon them like the last guy.
Well, there's that. So, but like, the governor of California came here. He picked Oconee County, Pickens County. He picked that, but he didn't pick it because he don't give a shit. He don't know. But
I bet he
somebody
does know.
did the research and goes, "Where is the most bigoted, nasty, ugliest county
And
with
he just said, "Where's the
the-
widest?"
the least amount of services for poor people, and let's send him there."
He said, "Who needs me?"
Yeah,
And that's where he went.
and he got the exact national reaction he was supposed to get. He got the guy with the fanny pack with the Nazi S's. You know, he got you.
Yeah.
Like if he wasn't such a big deal, y'all wouldn't have came out there. You wouldn't have said nothing.
And all the comments.
Oh yeah,
Oh, the comments. They brought out, it was just like when Puerto.
they win.
It's just like when the people went to Puerto. It brought out the worst. The
Well-
worst of people.
Whatever happened? How many?
But they went to church on Sunday.
But how many people
Praise him.
have been charged with trafficking?
I think they said 2.
No. 2 people were arrested. One for being a mouthy brown bitch in West Union, and the other one
I think it
was
just was her
he
having
went
an
for
opinion
his
and daring to ask questions.
right, but she was brown. Like we were there,
But a
and
citizen.
they didn't.
But a citizen.
They didn't do nothing to us. And then the other guy, the manager, who
And I am pretty mouthy. Yeah.
well, but the manager he asked to see a warrant, and he's an owner.
Which it was well,
Right?
they were on his property.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so of course he gets hauled to the pokey, but and the video clearly shows that he was attacked by that cop after the situation was de-escalated completely.
Yeah.
I've watched enough to true crime stuff to say that whoa, I hope he gets a lawyer and sues the piss out of the county because of that guy.
Yeah.
Because that was
Yeah, you're on
intolerable.
his property,
Right.
and
But
and-
he had broke contact and was walking away, pulling his pants up, and gets tackled. It was not doing anything wrong. Like,
well, yeah,
there's no,
and it's again, you're allowed to have a gun in this state. That guy,
it's constitutional.
yeah, y'all voted for that.
Yeah.
yeah. So
All right. Well, I mean, but nobody's been arrested for child trafficking at all.
and here's the other question: where are all those people?
Alligator Alcatraz, I guess.
I mean, I guess we're not supposed to ask. But the ACLU is asking. I don't know if anybody saw that or
Yeah.
not. They did. They're asking. They're asking.
Well, what about?
Because the whole thing is I'm pretty sure that we were assured that this 287G or whatever was just going to be them checking to see if people had warrants from other countries or were wanted in other countries over at the jail. That they weren't going to be bothering people that were minding their own business and whatnot.
well, what happens when American citizens start getting detained?
Oh, they already are.
Well, but
I mean, look at the news.
But this morning I was reading that Tuberville and another guy,
Boy, he's a piece of work.
they're
ain't
like,
he?
well, you shouldn't hang out with illegal immigrants and you wouldn't get in trouble. Like, are you serious?
Do you check
like-
people's IDs?
But no, here's the problem. Here's the problem. It goes. This is a problem going all the way back to Thomas Jefferson, when he started dipping his pen into Company Ink, and started having them like chocolate babies and selling them into slavery. What an asshole, right? But we have created such a crazy dynamic where we've been so bigoted for so long. And as dads, we talk about these other people like they're trash, and then our daughters go out and they're like, you know what, I'm going to get you, and I'm going to go and I'm going to sleep with an illegal immigrant and have a baby. Well, now you've got a little brown baby who is your grandchild, and it's going to get swallowed up in all this, and that's your blood getting pumped out of here. I hope you're happy, Paw.
Really? And they don't care. They don't care. And that's the thing that I've said over and over
But
again.
it's
And
your
these-
own fault because you created this rebellion in your daughter that caused that to happen.
I don't know that it's all that, but I
That
do know.
pisses me off.
I do know this much, that I have asked this question over and over again and not gotten an answer. We see, they've done all these propaganda videos of these men with these shaved heads and bent over and cuffed or whatever they are, zip tied or whatever. What we have not seen, what have they done with all these women? And what have they done with all these children? Where are they?
Mhm.
Where are they sending them? Because nobody is answering to that. And the fact of the matter is if you get down to it, these people work for the taxpayers. Government works for taxpayers. They are beholden to us. And people can laugh at that. When you make comments or you have these discussions, you get the ha 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 ha. But we elect these people. We pay the salaries of, officers, of ICE even. They're paid by tax dollars. So when citizens get together and they say, where are these children? Where are these women? There needs to be transparency, and there hasn't been. I've not seen a single news story about where these babies that they have taken are going. But I have seen where they're shoving them into the backs of vans and trucks on the news. But where are they taking them? And what kind of conditions are they being kept in? Because they love to show the men, being humiliated and kept. But how are they keeping women and children?
Listen,
And where are they? And it just makes you wonder. I've also seen things where they've got these bounty hunters that aren't even ICE agents that are just plucking people up. So what exactly is going on?
well, when does it stop?
And when does it stop? And how does it
I mean,
stop?
I just
Because that's ripe pickings
I read
for exploitation and trafficking. People are all concerned about trafficking. Well, all this masking and y'all all hated masks, when there was a virus. What about now? What about now?
Only bandits wear masks.
Yeah.
Only bandits.
I mean, what about now?
But you know what? It doesn't stop there. I mean, we've got the POTUS that is suggesting that he'll revoke Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship if she don't shut her mouth and make her stay in Ireland or whatever. She don't want to come back. But
She left because she didn't want to be here.
But here's the thing: what's the
Banker.
what if what's to stop that rhetoric from happening? I mean, where are we on this sliding scale of history again, where this rhetoric here leads to putting people in chemical showers because they don't agree with one another?
Well, and
I mean, that history, his story gets written by him, and we found that you can change history just by burning books and getting rid of them. But if you go far enough back in Oconee County, why is Oconee County called Oconee County and not like Richland County or William County or Cathy County? Why is it called Oconee? What is Oconee? It's an Indian word, right?
right.
A Native American word. The Trail of Tears started right here, right? Cherokee, North Carolina, well, weird, right? Well, what is the difference between the Hispanic population that's here illegally and the Native Americans that we shoved south of the border or put in cages out west? They're the same people. And we ran them off. And now we're mad because they're back?
Yeah, there's not gonna.
This is theirs as much as it is ours. They were literally, their ancestors were born here without hospitals. They were born here without coming. This is theirs. We made them walk away, and then we were pissed because they walked back.
Yeah. And
What the hell's wrong with us?
Do all the things that people don't want to do.
Right.
I mean, I saw somebody saying, the Hispanic population isn't taking anybody's jobs because these are all jobs that people won't do.
Right.
Farms are going to dry up.
The honest place to get anything to eat in Mountain Rest is ran by Hispanic folk.
Yeah. Yeah.
The honest place to eat
That's true.
for 10 miles either direction.
Good food too, by the way.
I'm fixing to go have some.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, do we think about this? Do we have any recollection of history? Any compassion for other people? Where is it? Why doesn't it exist? Well, you don't understand what they're doing to our taxes. I gotta tell you,
They pay taxes.
illegal immigrants aren't on welfare. You know why? They're undocumented. They ain't got nothing. They don't have anything. You're mad at a refugee program where we encourage people to come here, seek asylum, and sign up to become us. And well, yeah, that's expensive. But a true illegal that snuck across the border in the night and never got caught, you don't even know they're here.
No, and wouldn't.
No, because guess what? They're not hurting nobody. They're contributing like hell to the system, though.
Yep, making our lives better in every way.
But anyways, let's wrap this up. It's been
Okay.
good.
It's been good.
No, Miss Patty out there in Long Creek says I talk too much and don't get to the point. So hopefully we did, and hopefully we did a good job for
She
you.
can fast forward or take it in bits,
Yeah.
pieces.
You take it how
Okay.
she gets it, I guess. But anyways, thanks for listening, and do better. Just do a whole lot better out there.
Yeah. Be kind. Till next time.